Today, we find ourselves in the World War I battlefields of Verdun, where the German and French armies battle it out. Verdun is a card game where you're trying to overrun the opponent's fortifications and gain their assets. Each trick will contain 4 cards, played in clockwise order, starting with the attacker. Then you'll check if the target selected by the leader is overrun by having a higher combined value. Here we see the attacking French at 14 and the defending Germans at 11. So the fortification is overrun and flipped. It's revealed as a 2, which isn't enough additional defense for the Germans, so the French will win the hidden asset behind that fortification, which is worth 1 point as shown. But they'll also take the fortification, which is always worth 1. But then the casualties are taken, with the winning side, the French here, losing their lowest card, the 6. And the losing side, the Germans, losing their highest card, also a 6. And the skulls on these cards are worth -1 each at the end of the round. Then the player with the highest surviving card gains a tactical card which can be used in a future trick in addition to the standard card to enact a powerful rule-breaking ability. The round ends when all the cards have been played and you'll score for the assets that you've gained and fortifications gained or flipped from your opponent. Also, all of your assets that are still in play or fortifications that haven't yet been overrun. But you'll lose points for the skulls on your casualties, and whoever has the most points at the end is the winner. In Verdun, every card has a price, every trick a consequence, and every hand a dilemma. It lures any player in with simple mechanisms as you're simply playing a card on your turn, but the amount of depth given the multitude of aspects that you must consider with each play will keep you coming back for more. It gives you the flexibility of not having to follow suit as in standard trick-taking games, and since you'll be playing cards from your side and your opponent's side, there are both long-term strategies and short-term tactical decisions to be made. Maybe you realize the opponent's going to win this trick and gain your asset, so you play a large value card from your opponent's side so they end up taking a worse casualty, which equates to more negative points for them in the end. There's strategy even from the setup, deciding how to pair up your secret fortification and asset values. Maybe you place a very high fortification defense number with a low asset value so the opponent thinks there are a lot of points behind it, only to find out they attacked it over multiple turns to find only a 1 when they win that asset. Even with the depth of the base game, you can increase it by adding in special cards like the General acting as a 1 or 14, the Spy copying the value of the last card played, as well as the Chaplain and Scout. You can also tailor the length of the game to your desire by choosing between 1 and 3 rounds, and it can be played as a 2-player game or a 4-player team-based game. So let's see if you have what it takes to overrun your opponent and gain their assets while protecting yours.